Sooner Scoop HD.
They were able to hit so many shots to kind of offset that. Maybe just how frustrating was that to maybe win the turnover battle, but not be able to get enough stops defensively?
No, yeah. So it was, when you're looking 36 minutes into the game, I think it was a three-point game, with right around 4 minutes left, and we've just missed so many shots. So many layups, so many shots. I thought we did a good job of forcing some turnovers early, creating some offense with that. But they weren't playing a couple of the guys. They were just sagging in on a couple of the guys, daring them to shoot. And you got to knock some of those down. I thought in the second half, they made some championship plays in the last 4 minutes. O'Banner got an offensive rebound. Tyson got an offensive rebound. They drove baseline, flipped it, kind of airballed, and O'Banner got it and laid it up. And then Tyson came flying in, and we missed 2 box outs. We had another one where we had a missed ball screen coverage, so he was able to really throw a nice pass for a slip dunk. Really tough plays to make in the last 4 minutes, but you're 36 minutes into the game. It's a one-possession game, and you just missed an absorbent amount of shots. I think we missed 24 threes and probably 6 point-blank layups.
You missed 24 threes. Were you happy with some of those shots, or is that you got to try to work it more and get a better?
Well, they do a good job. They were just completely packing the paint, and they rotate so much. You weren't getting much in the paint. They were daring you to shoot. So you got to, I thought. Like when we beat them here last year, I think we had 13 threes. I think when we beat them there, I think we had double-figure threes. We knew we were going to have to knock down some shots, not to the extent of where they just didn't play a couple of the guys. I thought for the most part we had some really good looks. We might have taken one early in transition in the first half that I would love to attack, but we make those a handful of times. But yeah, I thought we took good shots. From 3. I mean, I don't think we might have taken 1 or 2 at the end of a shot clock, maybe, but for the most part, we were getting they were giving you some open threes, and we didn't knock them down.
Go ahead, Eli.
Porter, you've talked about those times in games where maybe you go up 4, but you feel like you should be up by more. Did that first half with the early turnovers and what you guys did with them feel like a bit of a rerun with that? Yeah,
I mean, I think they were efficient. I mean, I think in the first half they were like 4 for 6 from 3, and I thought, Banner hit one, Isaacs got free for 2 early, but I thought we were doing some good things, being scrappy, causing turnovers, active hands, deflections. I thought we were doing all those things in the first half, and like you said, it was, we were down at half because offensively, we just missed a ton of shots. We couldn't get downhill as much as I thought because they were packing the paint so much on some guys. And when you pack off a couple guys, you got to step up and knock. How you loosen it up is you start knocking down some of those open threes. And we didn't do that.
Ryan?
You mentioned offensively, but defensively, what was the difference between where you're playing great defense to force the 13 turnovers and then when Texas Tech was able to get shots up in the first half, it just really high percentage for them?
Yeah. I think they were, so when they on the floor, when they had, when Isaacs can really shoot, Tyson can really shoot, O'Banner can knock down shots, and the big boy. I think the big boy makes him really, really a different team because he can pass, he can post up and score, he knocked down a 3. He's really changes them. I mean, he's a big screening target that can roll, pop, pass, post. So I thought he was. They were running a weave and then a high ball screen, and then they either rolled him or popped him. If they popped him, you really got to stun. If they rolled him and bring Isaacs up, you got to pop. So I think he really gives them a unique look. But I tell you, Harmon can go downhill, but then you really got to watch the Tyson and Isaacs are 2 very, very hot 3-point shooters. So I thought up until the last 4 minutes, we just kind of watched it in the locker room real quick before I came in here. 2 missed checkouts and a ball screen coverage. We were going over and getting really into the body, and we went underneath, and they were able to make those slip passes. In the first half, we were in the body, and we were getting deflections, and the young guy just hit the screen and went under, and we hadn't done that a lot, and that was last 4 minutes making some of those mistakes.
Justin?
Porter, just a little bit before tip-off, Bijan said he's going to temporarily step away from basketball. Just what was your message to him when he came to you about that? And you hear a lot about basketball or teams being like a family. Just how much have you guys been supportive of him?
My message to him is, you know, I love him. We miss him in this program. And for me, for Bijan, all my prayers are for him. And want him to, he's going to be welcomed with absolutely open arms. The only thing he's got from us is total love and support. He means a lot to our program. And my just thoughts and prayers and love is with Bijan. And we're ready to embrace him whenever he feels he can come back.
You mentioned all the ways that AMAC can kind of attack defense and make things difficult, but what would you like to see your team do differently, and what do you game plan to kind of do to stop a guy like that?
Yeah. You know, so on the run, the weed ball screen, so when you pop, you know, and you got Isaacs there, you got to really watch if you're going to stunt. You know, I'd like to be, you know, to be a little bit more mobile. I'd love to do what a lot of teams in this league do, is switch 1 through 5. You know, but we're not able to do that. You know, I think when he rolls, you got to cover the hole, and I thought we were covering the hole pretty much well all the way into the last 4 minutes. You know, we had a guy that hasn't played much minutes, just missed his assignment, and all of a sudden they got loose there. We had one, this is just a feel for the game, with like 2 minutes left, we got like an emergency switch, and Los had to take him on the roll, and Tanner came up high, and then he got it, and he was looking around, and just having a feel, you should just go slam it and get him to kick it out. And we just kind of looked at him, and he just like, oh, I got my point guard, and he just backed him in. That's just having a feel on something it was just a broken play. Los had to take him, but like just having a feel, like you got your point, just run down there, trap him, kick it out, and then try scramble, and you just can't watch a 7-footer back down your point. That's just a feel. And we didn't make that play, and I gotta coast that field. We're gonna watch that and talk about that for future occasions if something ever happened like that. But we should have just ran at him and got it out, and not let him go 1-on-1 with Los, a freshman.
Jen?
Porter, you didn't, you know, usually you guys are really good on the boards. You didn't win that battle either. How much did that impact the game?
It impacted a lot, especially down the stretch. You know, they had 6 offensive rebounds. You know, and Fardaz got 3 of them, and I think all 3 resulted in baskets. He wedged himself in there. I think he got some in the first half. You know, O'Banner's was a basket, and Tyson's was a basket. So even though they got 6, they only got 8 second chance points. We got 10 second chance points, but, you know, one of the reasons that we didn't get as many rebounds is, either had a turnover or they were making a shot. There wasn't very many missed shots, but I thought their offensive rebounds were timely. Those last 2 in the 5 minutes, those were really, really tough when you're battling to get stops and you didn't get them.
Sooner Scoop HD.